Hello there and thank you for checking out the Explorer, an unlock level 10 T2 capital vessel. This sort of vessel will do you in the early to mid-game, all throughout the mid-game actually, right until you, cash it in for a T4 vessel. This is a highly upgradable ship, so even though it comes in at tier 2, you can upgrade it to tier 3 and you've got plenty of room to add a lot of stuff. Anyway, let's go through a little guided tour of the base edition of this. So you've got quite a bit of forward thrust as well as a decent amount of up thrust. You've got a fairly small hangar, but you can fit in I tend to put in a small sort of combat small vessel and then a hover miner as well. You've got the sort of engineering sort of deck where you've got your oxygen storage, you've got your core, the CPU to make it tier 2, you've got 2 generators as well. So that lowers, I think, fuel consumption as well. Speaking of fuel, here are all the fuel tanks. They are spread out, so that if one does blow up, at least you only lose one and not all of them. That is something when building you've got to make sure of. Don't put your fuel tanks together. Anyway, the main bulk of the ship. Let's start. Let's go this way. You've got your fridge, whatever, food processor, a little bit of additional storage there, which we'll go into in a moment. You've got a small sort of med bay type thing going on here. You've got a garden there as well. So you've got grow plots for 9 grow plots, that is. You've got beds there in case you do have any parked on the planet and you want to sleep. Then here's where you've got your engineering section, I suppose, your real engineering section. Back here though you've got ammo storage, which has 24,000, which is more than enough. You've got an armor locker there. That is a standard constructor, like a standard large constructor, and then a small constructor. What I've done with this is I've got an input and an output there, as you see here. These are both about 216,000 each, but you can easily expand them once you upgrade the ship. You've got O2 and fuel separate storage there, which I like to have. That's a personal preference, so I pass that on to you. And then here, got a loot container, which is the one that we went past in the kitchen area. And this goes straight to the input, so you'll use this one to process ores whenever you're out and about. So your iron, your copper, anything here, saphium, neo, promethium rather, doesn't do pentaxid. Magnesium powder though, that's handy, especially for weapons and whatnot. And then you've got the bridge that's all the way at the front here, which, I mean, from the outside I'm not sure what I think of it, to be honest. It's way better than it used to be, I can tell you that. This is my very first capital vessel, you see, and I've kind of just sort of retrofitted it to look slightly less awful, but it still doesn't look great, does it? From this part, it looks okay, but anyway. You've got 3 minigun turrets kind of around the sides here, and then you've got 2 cannon turrets on top. And let me just go over the CPU. So it comes in at 490,000 out of 500,000 that the tier 2 tier comes under. So when you do upgrade, you'll need to upgrade this constructor here to an advanced constructor, which will put you over, but everything's still usable. Whenever you do want to build those, whatever they are, the large optronic bridges and all that stuff, malarkey. For the CPU extenders. Is that it? CPU extenders? What are they called? Yeah. But anyway, so you've seen what it looks like now. Let me show you what it looks like once it has been fully upgraded. And here is a T3 version of the ship. You might be familiar with it if you've been following my playthrough. This is actually what I've been using. Started off as that, and it's become this monster here. It does look a little bit odd with all these rocket launchers though, doesn't it? But yeah, as you see, plenty of space for thrusters. You've actually got quite a lot of room on the inside here. So if you look out here, you see you've got all this space here. You could actually add more if you don't mind messing up the shape so much. Got a forward space there. You've got plenty of space here. These are all hollow, at least out this far. You've even got more room here if you wanted to. Some empty space there. So that's how you can add your up thrust, your left thrust, your right thrust. Your forward thrust, I basically decided to change that into a large thruster as opposed to the medium thrusters. You've got all this space down here. Now you have to be careful, along the side here, because not all of it, that comes out on the inside here, as you see, if I change that one. Kind of like what I've got over here. Like this does actually come out to the inside. But still, as long as you mark it out and you don't go near the sides, then you'll be okay. And with this version as well, the elevator here comes all the way up here. In the future version, in the version you're going to get the download, it comes out here, so you've actually got a little bit more room for the shield generator. That's going to be a tile along, giving you more space to put these 2 vehicles here. This is the Zol Flyer, which is also on the workshop, which you may or may not already have. Fantastic little T3 small vessel, and then you've got your hover miner here as well, but in the Scuttlebug. Both of these are available on the workshop, and this is what you need really to travel around the galaxy. Much more than that. What I've also done as well is I've given it a broadside, so I've got heavy weapons on this side, we've got rockets there, we've got turrets up here. You could double these up, but they'll hang off the sides a little bit. But if you don't mind that, that's no problem. Here I've got a multi-tool turret, and I even used to park a vehicle. You could park a small vessel along the side here. You turn it sideways. All the engines appear to have gone there. But yeah, this is basically it. Let me go over the storage very quickly. So you've got your fridges. You've got a medical fridge as well. You've got your input, your output, your loot container, which is a small amount. Great to just stash everything into when you're raiding a POI. And then you can sort it out later. Your ammo controller. You've got a small ore and wood container. I don't think that's actually in. No, it's not. That's not in the base version. I should be going over here for all this. Oh no, it is. What for? Huh. Okay, apparently that it comes with an ore and wood container, which I'm a little bit surprised with. I'm trying to work out where it is actually. Oh no, it's not. Sorry, that's why. There we go. So yeah, these are your basic containers. You've also got a pentaxic container over here. And the chances are you're going to be friendly with the Polaris as well, so I've added a sell box here, so you can stash anything that you don't want and you can just sell as well. I've also put the clone chamber here, so that you can jump in a vehicle, off you go if you do die, although I'm starting to rethink that, and I might put it up here, perhaps there, so you can get to the bridge quickly and make an escape. Might be the plan. Don't know. But you can change that yourself. You've also got room for a second large constructor here, once you do upgrade. So this version, so this isn't even fully geared out actually. I mean, it's got the weapons, but I could easily add more storage and such. And it comes in at, sorry, this version here I should be looking at for this. 1.2, almost 1.3 million. So you've got an extra 200,000 CPU to play with. So yeah, pretty nifty. Let me give you a quick sort of fly around in it, just to, so it's not the most mobile. Actually, you know what? It's not too bad, all things considered. The turning is a little bit slow. Yeah, there you go. That's what it looks. That's kind of how it flies. And as for this version, we fill it up. You don't have any fuel. Of course, you don't have any fuel. There we go. Alright. Off we go. Watch this. Oops. That's not what I'm trying to do. There we go. Sorry, new keyboard, new computer as well, so just getting the hang of it. There we go. Works pretty nicely. Turns very nicely. Obviously its top speed is somewhat limited, but that's just because it's a capital vessel on a planet. But yeah, with the addition of shields as well, it becomes particularly good. And you can just park it next to a POI. And yeah, that's pretty much that. So there you go, you've got the Explorer, a very, very versatile capital vessel that I highly recommend, even if it does look a little bit rubbish. But yeah, very practical and very upgradable. So hopefully you'll get some use out of this in your playthroughs. Thanks for watching, see ya.